Hello everybody and welcome to another DoD cast. My name is TheRapl and today we are reviewing one of the games FireFox has played in the ladder against the very popular top 10 player Tigerboss. So let's go over Fox's point of view, and there we have him on the left side of the map playing his favorite Hades. He's been playing Hades quite a while, and I think Fox has invented the best Hades build order so far, so I'm really excited to see how he's gonna do it once again. And yeah, I believe it's pretty clean. So, okay, we do see a villager on wood already and another one on gold. And he's facing off against Tigerboss, who's playing Susanoo. So, few things about Susanoo really quickly. Susanoo has the ability to constantly recast god powers, since one of his main bonuses is making those god powers 25% cheaper every time you cast one of them. So that's pretty huge. It stacks and everything, so makes every god power cheaper every time. Kinda broken, you know. So, yeah. I'm really looking forward to see how Fox is gonna be playing against that. How's he planning to play around those god powers, if he's looking to play defensively or aggressively. There are a couple of ways to do that. You either play very defensive against Susanoo and focusing on economy, or you are usually super aggressive, forcing those god powers defensively so you can run away. So let's see which option Fox went for. So if we fast forward just a little bit for the build order, let's see, 6 on food, 1 on gold, and 2 on gold. We're gonna be seeing a temple already, and I believe these two villagers will stay on the temple. Yeah, another one from the town center. So they will be generating favor, so he can get his Volts of Erebus as quick as possible. Alright. So let me just switch the tab. Alright, that's way better. We already see Athena on the way. 4 villagers on food, one of them will be building a house, another 4 on wood, and then 4 on gold. Alright, so... Does he already have the vaults? No, not yet. Alright. So I guess Fox wants to focus a little bit on early pressure, I would assume. So that's totally fine, can always go for that. As long as you get both heroes out, or you manage to kill 1 or 2 villagers, it's always fine. And Tigerboss seems to be a little bit housed. Okay, he dropped the house finally. It was here, I believe. Yeah. Double Miko strategy from Tigerboss, and going over Fox's point of view, what is the game plan? We do see a 330 advance from Tigerboss, insanely early. Huge potential, huge window to do some early damage. I believe that was the point of edging up this early. And we do see him rushing over the gold mine. Very good movement so far. The villagers will be idle for a little while. Achilles will be on the way. And one villager will stay on favor. That's interesting. I believe, yeah, he's gonna need that actually for Volts of Erebus. That's what he's gonna need the favor for. So, okay. Minotaur on the way. Fox will be able to harass the Miko. He found it in the other side of the map. So that's no favor income for the Susanoo player. The Minotaur will idle the gold villagers and will be looking, yeah, for a wood lane as well, probably. Idling the Han too. Achilles is out, and what is the follow-up? So, very nice strategy. 330 Hades into abusing, idling the entire economy of the Japanese player. Japanese is usually super slow in the early game, so I really like this approach from FireFox. But what's the follow-up is gonna be? We do see him adding villagers on gold, so that might be a fast second town center, or even a village center. We don't know for sure yet. The Minotaur will cause a ton of idle time on those villagers. We do see Tigerboss microing those villagers constantly. This could be a restoration, maybe. Yes, we do see a nice restoration, healing the Minotaur, healing Achilles, idling 5 villagers, Amico, and everything. There are some villagers on berries. Those villagers in the tower have always been there, just gathering no resources, losing a ton. A villager will go down to the Minotaur special ability. More villagers will be idled. We finally see a stable being thrown from Tigerboss, but it's just so late. As the best approach as the Japanese player is usually throwing a dojo and getting out one or two Unamusas to be able to snipe the Minotaur, but at that point, Tigerboss, I mean, look at all of that idle time Fox has managed to cause. 3 Mikos have been idle the entire time, a 4th Miko has been idle in the shrine. The economy has been heavily hit, Volts of Erebus is on the way. Tigerboss is basically 4 villages behind, and on top of that Fox is grabbing a forward town center. We'll be moving over the deer, we'll be securing 2 large goldmine in the back, as well as some more deer. Has also saved his sentinels, so he's gonna be super secure on the forward town center. Super safe, nice and early. And we do see military... The military value is 0 for Tigerboss. He hasn't been able to train any units at all right now. So, let's go over Tigerboss's point of view and see what's going on. He doesn't know about the forward town center, okay. He does open with double stable, he's going for double cavalry, which will be easily countered by Fox if he just goes for hoplites. I guess if he scouts that, okay, he sees 1 stable. If Fox sees the second stable, you can just counter by going double hoplites, and then there'll be almost nothing for Tigerboss to do to cause any damage at that point. So we do see towers, okay, nice and safe. Fox doesn't wanna bet. He just grabs the towers, that's totally fine and safe, I like that. He will be raided, gonna be using the villagers to fight for a bit, okay, he's gonna retreat. Achilles will go down, that's fine, he was low hit points already. 1 villager might go down, yes, 1 villager will go down. The rest will be able to escape. The Minotaur once again will cause a lot of idle time on those hunters, as there are no heroes really here to fight the Minotaur, only a Miko. Cavalry going back to snipe the Minotaur. And we do see crenellations being alright. So, even if Tigerboss tries to do some raiding with his cavalry, even the forward town center will be applying so much more damage with crenellations. And economy upgrades on top of that, so... Fox at that point is just booming, which is a good idea when playing Hades, but I would really like to see some counter units to what Tigerboss is training right now. Unless you go for a fast heroic, but that might not be possible on a forward town center. And what is that? What do we see here? We do see Labyrinth of Minos. So that means Fox might be staying actually in the classical age for a while if he's looking to go for a Minotaur spam and the double military academy. Those counter units will be hitting hard. That's okay, we do see a little bit of a mismacro. I'm not sure what you need those 16 villages on wood for. I guess he wants to drop a couple of military buildings and possibly some farms as well. So maybe that explains it. And there we see the hoplite production. Once you have around 8 of these hoplites, you will be able to easily take down those 10 Naginata riders. And a Minotaur is on the way, we would like to see that. I'm assuming the other Minotaur lost his life, it's fine. 2 archery ranges, I'm assuming that's for sniping any type of heroes that Tigerboss might be trying to train for the Minotaurs. I don't hate that idea. Foxshots can always take down Bushi in huge numbers. And we do see Fox switching sides. Gonna be going for the safer hand. We'll be securing the Goldman with a nice wall and the sentinels. I would like to see one more wall over here and possibly here. There we see the perfect wall I wanted to see. Sitting on chickens, saving the pigs for later, love to see that. I believe we already have husbandry, so that is amazing, as well as survival equipment, so Tigerboss is gonna have a really rough time trying to snipe any villagers at that point. He's behind almost 20 villagers. If you include Volts of Erebus, that's like 20 villagers already. What is that? It's a heroic age? It's a heroic age from Tigerboss. We do see the first god power being cast. It's not worth to cast the Swampland at this point. It's better in bigger numbers to do that. But the Minotaurs will easily be able to counter the Naginata Riders. They have the speed, 5.2 speed. Against 6 speed, they will be able to at least chase down. We do see the ghost building, so these Naginata Riders don't have an easy time escaping. Town Center will be doing full damage to these Naginata Riders, since it has crenellations. And remember, Town Centers have extra range. The Hades Town Centers. What is the follow-up? Okay. We do see some Daimyo. Yes, Daimyo heroes are very good. They will be able to kill the Minotaurs, chasing them down, keeping up, and their DPS as well. You see Aphrodite is on the way for Firefox, and a big... A big military production is on the way. 4 military academies, 4 archery ranges. Fox really wants to spam out those units, which makes sense. He's been on 2 town centers for a while, he can go for it, he can afford it. And he's against 1 town center Japan, so you definitely need those units out as fast as possible. So some of this Reiju will be raiding, idling a bit some of these villagers, not gonna matter too much. They have the Crashing Waves upgrade. And I'm wondering if Tigerboss grabbed the upgrade. Let's take a look. Let's go over Tigerboss's temple. Did he grab the... Okay, yes, he grabbed it. So Tigerboss will be generating gold every time his myth units fight. Because he has the upgrade from... I'm talking specifically about this. The Ivory Netsuke. Yes, Ivory Netsuke. That's the upgrade where myth units just generate gold by fighting or dealing damage. So these Reiju are pretty good. They're like an economic unit, not just a fighting unit. Oh well. Fox is very behind in the military value right now. He's trying to catch up. We do have an Nemean Lion on the way. Curse being cast, almost equaling the military value. And now it is about training counter units pretty much. Let's just do this. Alright. Villagers got pushed back, but at least they survived. And Fox is now having some extra pigs he can gather food from. You see some Minotaur raids, one of them will at least go down with the Daimyo hero. Might as well idle a bit those villagers. Yep, he's going for it. One villager will go down. Oh, unfortunate Python. Okay, one villager will go down. Maybe 2 villagers. Nice micro from Firefox. Golden Apples is on the way. With 13 villagers on favor. That's crazy. He could be recasting his restoration every single fight from now on. As now Tigerboss is relying too heavily on raiding, Fox is nicely prepared with crenellations, defensive buildings, military production buildings. Maybe spending those resources a bit, yeah, okay, finally we see more production. That's gonna be way better. These Reiju are no joke, they deal extra divine damage and they generate gold, and on top of that they have their unique upgrade for extra speed and damage. Not really easy to deal with them unless you have 3 heroes. There we see 3 heroes for the Hades player. Some Sentinels will be sniped. And I'm wondering, is Firefox looking to go Mythic Age? What's up with the resources? It doesn't look like Firefox is spending too much of his resources. Finally, we do see actually heavy infantry. He'll be able to take a fight here. Maybe it's time to send the army. Alright, they're on the way. And restoration will be able to be recast. Let's see how the micro is gonna go. restoration is used to escape. And now we see a swampland being cast. Some of these hoplites will be eaten alive by the kappas. More of them will be eaten by the kappas. That was a very good usage from Tigerboss. The villagers are running away. They might be able to escape, but the entire army is gonna be cleaned up from FireFox. As it looks like FireFox didn't manage to get a huge army enough to be able to defend this push. I guess it might have been not spending the resources entirely. I believe if those resources were units, I believe that FireFox would have been totally fine in this fight. But I guess he's gonna have to climb his way back into the game. As Tigerboss attack was pretty successful on the forward town center. So let's see what's the follow-up is gonna be. We do see a fortress to secure a second large gold mine. That's gonna be very necessary. At least the Raijus have fallen. No, 2 of them are left. Very low on hit points. Might be worth it bringing them back to heal them with your Mikos. And let's see how that's gonna go. Ajax is out. Chiron is out. 3 heroes are out. Myth units will no longer be a problem for the Greek player here. The gold mine will be secured. So, what Fox managed to do very well here is saving his villagers. He's been on 2 town centers for a long while, and by saving the villagers, that's the point of grabbing a second town center, having more villagers, right? And if you take a look at the civilian count, he's 30 villagers ahead, which is huge. As long as Fox survives, as long as Ice Fox survives, he will be able to win the game. As long as he doesn't lose the villagers and saves his army for big fights. Those villagers will go down to that raid, but he's at least back. He has a 20 villager lead right now, so it's not too bad. And he's gonna have to rely on farms pretty much. So what's the follow-up from Tigerboss? What is Tigerboss planning to do? Spamming more Aegis. Knows that he's against Greek, so having to deal with only 3 heroes. Is something that, yeah, something you're happy with. Whenever you play civs that rely on myth units pretty much. Okay, one rage went down, another one will go down. The Kusanagi is being cast. We do see Tigerboss committing into this fight, but he's underneath like 2 sentinels and a fortress with crenellations. And the defender's advantage for the Greek player, is that gonna be a good fight for him? He lost 4 Aegis. 2 are about to die as well, the 2 last ones, they cost a lot of favor. That might not be a good trade for Tigerboss at that point, fighting underneath that many sentinels. FireFox is nicely baiting Tigerboss into taking this fight. More units are being produced. Achilles is gonna be out. Chiron sniping down those Rages. This is actually huge, as FireFox has finally managed to push back one of these big attacks. And now can focus and stay on that gold mine nice and safe, build some more farms and everything. There we see the farm transition. A nice granary here would be amazing. What about the economy upgrades? Everything except irrigation so far for the heroic age. Very good economy upgrades for FireFox. As I'm assuming, yes, since Tigerboss only has pickaxe, it's gonna slowly fall behind, especially if you are 20 minutes into the game. So, the Minotaur will be able to snipe at least 2 hero cavalry, not hero, I mean 2 Naginata riders. Yes, 1 died at the end of the day, but he did a lot of damage to the rest of them. And look at that, Tigerboss decides to just go Mythic Age. That is just super risky, as FireFox has managed not only to catch up into the military value, but also be ahead by 1,000 resources there. You do see houses on the way, and economy upgrades being procured. Divine Blood, such a good economic upgrade, love to see it. Annihilation Towers though, will be able to push back those Naginata Riders. Takemikazuchi is on the way for our Japanese player. And what is Ice Fox planning to do right now? How is he planning to attack? Let's see. Might see the castle over here and be surprised. Okay, he spots the castle, so he has to decide where to attack. He sees that there are no villagers here with the Minotaur, so he knows that Tigerboss must be somewhere else. And this is what I really like right now from Ice Fox. He's just gonna be pushing on different locations. Since this one has been secured and the gold mine has been expired, there is zero reason to push this castle. And nicely, Ice Fox is going for the buildings as well as the villagers. There are no heroes out for the Japanese player. Gonna be a really rough time to kill those Nemean lions. They'll do a ton of damage. And there we see the army separation. How many? Oh my god. Most of the army got obliterated, as this was a very good usage of the Divine Slash from FireFox. I mean from Tigerboss. So what is FireFox now planning to do? He's ahead once again, more than 20 villagers. And he could even go mythic at that point. He's so close, he has the resources for it. He will be training from archers, since Toxots are very good at defending. So that's not a bad idea. They also do well against the Yumi archers. Not bad. Our restoration is being reused, pushing back those units. FireFox decides to go to the Mythic Age through Artemis. Gonna have to start again the military production. Not the greatest idea to fight while aging up, since you're right now investing resources. You don't wanna be fighting. But since he has the counter units, it might not go that bad. If the Asura goes down, are there any heroes? No, and Fox has to retreat. Not the best decision making to take this fight right here. But with a villager lead, he will easily be able to reproduce. Pegasus will be on the way to be able to cast the Earthquake on the main base. And that's gonna be huge, because look at this. Houses, 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 armory, double stable, temple and a shrine. As well as the towers. So this is gonna be a huge, huge earthquake over here from the Hades player. A second fortress is being built to be able to secure another gold mine. So that's gonna save another 2 or 3 minutes for Ice Fox into the game. And that earthquake is gonna be really huge. Heavy rain soldiers on the way. So these archers are going to be beasts. Tigerboss just scouting around, looking for any villagers. More cavalry are being built, shinobi are being built, knowing that he's gonna be dealing with Toxotes. Tower will go down, and we do see an earthquake. Let's see how much damage that's gonna do. Town center will certainly go down. Every building is going down. Maybe the temple will survive. Just the temple, the armory, I guess. God powers once again are being reused from Tigerboss. Look at how cheap his god powers are. Only 19 favor for a Swampland, 16 for a Kusanagi. That's absolutely nuts. As the entire army was cleaned up over here by the Chimera. That was huge. Huge play. As well as the towers, the town center fire and the sentinels. Not the best location to fight as the Japanese player. Some units will die. The Swampland is back to 100 favor. Is that how this bonus works? Once it's way too cheap, it just goes back to its full cost? Well, that's actually insane, because imagine how broken it would be in late game if Swampland cost only 1 favor, right? Then Susanoo would be by far the best late game god. But anyways, FireFox dodged that fight. He's lost his archers, so he's gonna have to rebuild them. And he's building some nice Gastrafetoros to be able to push through buildings and locations. Champion Samurai are out. and some horse archers for the Japanese player. How will that go for him? Champion units though for the Japanese player. Fox might have to catch up on this one. They're about to take a fight. Both sitting on one town center. Another Kusanagi is being dropped, screwing up those units. We do see champion units are on the way for the Hades player. And we do have shafts of plague. Alright, so this samurai will be melting against those tokushots. Shinobi attacking the fortress. Fox will be able to take that fight quite easily with the fortress fire. Choosing to retreat just for a while. Another restoration is being used. That's gonna be a big cleanup with the restoration and the shafts of plague tokushots. Tigerboss is gonna have to retreat. And the Chimera will go down with low hit points anyways. Might be going for more of these. As Fox might have enough favor quite soon to be able to recast his curse. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Another Kusanagi is being dropped. And it's back to 40 favor at that point. Look at this champion's tokushots melting through the samurai. Samurai is no longer a unit you wanna be building as the Japanese player. Look at how much damage they do as they just wrecked through the army. And everything is taken down at that point. Tigerboss will have a rough time. Tigerboss will really have a rough time reproducing his army, getting more goldmines in the map and everything. And now it's time for Fox to move out, build fortresses, secure goldmines, possibly build town centers. And there we see the tap out as Ice Fox has managed to pretty much hold nicely against the Japanese. Not panicking when losing the forward town center and saving the villagers. That was very important and nicely done. And slowly using sentinels and fortresses to secure gold mines and defending at that point. The Minotaur raids were also a bit on point. They at least got their value, killing villagers and then sacrificing themselves into damaging other units. And the earthquake into the tokushots with shafts of plague went really well. And we see at that point how strong Hades can be against the Japanese if you reach this point. So this was a DoD video. I was a guest here casting. Thank you everybody for watching and stay tuned.